Hey dreamers and wanderers, this is Pia from Dream and Wanderland, and today I just hop on quickly to let you know that I have in total 110 copies left from those babies here. And also I only have left one day until I fly out to Malaysia, so just a couple of hours to find a new home for my lovely ones. These are books where I contributed a chapter to each of them. They reflect a little bit of my personal journey, so in every single chapter you will find a piece of me, of my heart, my soul, my blood, almost. So, yeah, I thought I will read a little bit out of them so that you can have a little peek into that. So let me see which part I can read out for you. So that's the first one. I Am Worthy. It's the title. It's an anthology of 12 stories from all those beautiful co-authors. That's me. And yeah, all of those stories really, they really hold the essence of the authors and part of their journey as well. And here comes a little bit of my story. All right. I thought I was not worthy of living this life, and no one would care if I would just disappear somehow. Why keep going if no one wanted to be with me anyway? Even worse, all the old feelings and memories from the past, my childhood, my teenage years, and the years after school whenever someone let me down, forgot me, or did not even realize that I existed, came up again. I knew these feelings very well, and it was not the first time I found myself in such a dark place. I knew these feelings from every time I moved with my family to a new town, every time I had to visit a new school, every time I was not invited to a party, or when someone did not attend my birthday parties. Not to mention those people who entirely forgot my birthdays, even though I told them. These memories and experience sat deep, very deep. Every time I got another no from other people, they reappeared and I felt deep devastated. Apparently, I was not worthy enough for other people to care about me. At least that was what I felt during that time. Today, I know it was not their fault. They had different priorities and were in different stages of their lives. And maybe they did not think of our relationship the same way I did. Who knows? The only thing I know is that feeling worthy does not come from external factors like appreciation from others or having friends or family that want to be around you all the time. It comes from the inside. It comes from yourself, from myself. No one can make you believe you are worthy except yourself. So that's one part. And yeah, as the title says, I am worthy, and my chapter is called I Am Worthy, So I Dream and Wonder. And basically, it's about me and how I got into actually coming from that girl who only was dreaming about traveling the world to actually doing it. And yeah, so it's a little story, a little origin story about me and how I decided to actually do or go on my very first solo trip back in 2014. And the decision for that happened in summer 2013. So this is, it really captures this very moment where I made that decision, the why and the how and what happened in my thinking process, and how I really went from just waiting for others to join me on that trip, getting no's for a couple of years, and finally made the decision to actually go on that trip and traveling, even if it meant to be travel solo. And still, I think it's one of the best decisions of my life. Eventually, it led me to today, where I am actually writing about that, and the whole book went bestseller, and now I'm in total 4 times best-selling author, which I never could believe or imagine that this really would happen. And this is really leading me to my second book collaboration, Manifesting Magical Moments. It really is all about how, or at least my personal chapter is all about how all the different pieces of the entire puzzle suddenly fall into its place where it's supposed to be, when finally committing to what you actually want. So that is what my chapter is about. Let me see how. So, chapter number 2 of my story: Dare to Dream and Wonder. Okay, so let me see. Over the years, I manifested so many dreams, and even more are still in the making. But just recently, I realized I'm best at manifesting a formula that works for me, and for the first time, I somehow have a feeling why manifesting dreams works better sometimes and other times not so good, and I would like to share this formula with you. First, knowing what I want. So that's the basic. How do you want to be? Or how do you want it to be? To feel? What vibes do you want to have? Etc. Depending on what type of person you are, it might mean that you could be more specific with a visual look of things you want to be able to do or to have, or just how you want to feel. In my case, it's a mixture of the things I think I want to have or do, or how I want to do them. But most importantly, it's why I want them and how it makes me feel. Second, deciding to go for it, and that's probably the second most important thing after knowing what I want. It takes away so much pressure to figure out why it's not happening or how I can make it happen. It brings back the power to myself because I stop waiting or relying on outer circumstances or people who make it possible. But I take ownership of making it real. It's my life and my responsibility, and deciding to make my dreams come true no matter what or how. Third, letting go of it. It happens at the same time as I make that decision, because at the exact moment when I decide, all the weight of my previous thoughts, wishes, fears, doubts, daydreaming and frustration of being only a dream leaves me at that moment. All that energy lost in those emotions and thinking is returning to me, and it feels so liberating. Suddenly you don't only dream about something you know will happen, and this what means let go of something. Leave it in the hands of the universe. There's nothing more to do right now than just be with the knowledge that your dream is on its way to becoming reality. And you stop thinking about the how, because you know already that it will happen. So that the how is not important anymore. Now you are in deep knowing and trust, and this is what it truly means to know and so trust, and to trust. Fourth, be open to receiving. Be open and available to the opportunities the universe sends your way, because it works in your favor all the time. But first, when you know what you want, the universe knows what to look for and provide. When you decide to go for it, the universe knows you are ready. At the same time, your receiving channel is free again, as you get rid of all the energies of fear, doubts that were blocking this channel. And number 4, take action, which is my wandering part of Dream and Wanderland. When you receive an idea, a nudge, a coincidence, you see signs, or someone talks about the same topic, then take action on it. Don't second guess whether now is the right time. This is your chance to step towards your dream becoming a reality, so do it. Don't wait too long, otherwise the opportunity might pass you. Take action on those nudges. So it's basically a 4 to 5 step process, the manifesting. So if you want to manifest something, then it's so easy. It's knowing what you want to manifest, deciding to go for it. At the same time, when you decide, there's no need to think about the how anymore, because you already know that it will come somehow. So letting go of the how. Number 4, be open to receiving. And 5, take the necessary action. So if you have a plan, even better, but even if not, just be open to receive. And if you receive any ideas, any nudges, take action immediately. Otherwise, maybe it's going by. It will pass by. So that is my 3rd chapter, manifesting manifesting magical moments. And the 3rd one is a continuation of who I am right now. Another step on my journey of my growth, my self-development. Something that I found out over the time, because you could imagine from my first book that that little voice, that people call it also the inner critic, the people police, the whatever. And to be honest, it's pretty loud. At least for me, my little voice is pretty loud. It might have fueled from the past when my, I don't know, for example, my grandmother told me that my room is always a mess, or that I have to be quiet when the adults are speaking, things like that. And suddenly my voice is always got bigger, and it tells me all the time that I don't have anything to say, my desires don't matter, I'm not good enough, blah blah blah. All that stuff that probably sound familiar to you as well. And yeah, so from that book onwards, and it really hit me, because it happened when I had this book in my hands for the very first time, when my copies arrived for the first time after it was published. I really hold it in my hand and thought, hey, great, I'm a published author. And then I put it away, went to my couch and thought, OMG, I just suck. My life sucks, I suck, I'm shit, all the things. So my little voice really tried to push me down, to let me down, to really beat me up. And I realized, stop it. I just had my best-selling book here in my hands, and it's for real. I'm on the back. I have a chapter in there. I am published, and still that little voice drove me crazy, and it really hit me if someone has thrown me a stone at me, and it really hit me. And it was like, if you know that I'm a tarot reader as well, and it really was like this tower moment when that lightning hits the top of the tower and everything is crumbling down. And it really hit me like that there is an issue with my little voice, my inner critic, and that I listen too much to it, and that I'm so much better than that voice is trying to tell me. And basically, the opportunity came where I had another chance to collaborate with other authors, and the power within, finding strength, voice, and vision. This is my contribution, my chapter. There, that's me. And my chapter is called Embrace Your Awesomeness Through Celebrating Wins. And sorry for that sound. That's my washing machine who's doing some laundry for my Malaysia trip. Sorry for that. And yeah, my chapter, Embrace Your Awesomeness Through Celebrating Wins, which exactly describes my journey from thinking I already feel I'm worthy to realizing that it's not necessarily the case yet, and eventually discovering how I can actually manage that little voice. And this is what works for me, and I'm pretty sure the one or the other you out there can help that as well. So let me read out a little bit of that chapter. All right. Celebrating your wins, the art of strategic self-appreciation. So, how do we break free from the cycle of criticism? By choosing to celebrate what is already true about us. When I held my first book in my hands, I should have celebrated, but instead I felt miserable. I found myself in a hole thinking my entire life was a failure. Then the light bulb went off. I realized that no matter what this voice is telling me, I must celebrate that moment as fully as I can. As I mentioned earlier, I picked up a brand new beautiful journal on one of my travels and brought it home. I named it my celebration journal and began writing. I wrote down anything that came to my mind, any win, any success, anything I had created in my life. This book, my chapter, the fact that someone invited me to contribute, living the dream of exploring the world, every country I've visited so far, the apartment I live in, and more. I did it to show that inner voice just how wrong it was. I made it a habit. At least once a week, ideally more often. Fridays became Celebration Friday. I even hosted a series of celebration circles where we collectively acknowledged and celebrated ourselves and each other. Everything I've mentioned about the inner critic, its influence, its consequences, and its impact on self-perception can be reversed through this simple but powerful practice. You may ask, why acknowledgement and celebration, especially if you already practice gratitude? Gratitude opens the door. Celebration invites you to step fully into your power. That's just one tiny piece of the whole chapter. That is my reason why I have my celebration Fridays. And this is part of the work that I wrote about in here. And yeah, so I invite you, if you like any of those or all three of them, I do have, as I said in the beginning, a total of 110 copies. From the other more, the other less. So who comes first serves first. Is it that way around? Anyways, you know what I mean. So if you like it, you find the links to order your copy in the description below this video. And just click the link, buy your copies, grab your copies, and yeah, the best thing is I will sign them for you. You will also receive a personal, unique channeled message for you in the books, in each of them. So if you want all three of them, you will receive 3 different messages, each for each topic. And then I will bring them to the post office tomorrow, and then it's basically buy them tonight. I will pack them during the day tomorrow. We'll send them out to you, and then I'm going off to travel to Malaysia, and I'm off for the next couple of days and weeks. So this is your last chance before I'm not at home and cannot do anything about it. Let's do it. Grab your copy now, and then we will see each other very soon in the next video. Bye.